Isaiah chapter 4. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man. Say, let us all marry you. We will provide you own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as an old maid. A promise of restoration. But in that day, the branch of the Lord will be beautiful and glorious. The fruit of the land will be the pride and glory of all who survived in Israel. All who remain in Zion will be holy people, those who survived the destruction of Jerusalem and are recorded among the living. The Lord will wash the filth from beautiful Zion and cleansing Jerusalem of its blood stain with a hot breeze of furious judgment. Then the Lord will provide share for mountain Zion and all who assembled there. He will provide a canopy of cloud during the day and smoke and a flaming fire at night, covering the glorious land. It will be a shelter from daytime heat and a hiding place from storm and rains. Chapter 5. A song about the Lord's vineyard. Now I will sing for the one I love a song about his vineyard. My beloved had a vineyard on a rich and fertile hill. He plowed the land, cleared its stone, and planted it with the best vine. In the middle he built a watchtower and carved a vine press in the nearby rocks. Then he waited for a harvest of sweet grapes, but the grapes that grew were bitter. Now, you people of Jerusalem and Judah, you judge between me and my vineyard. What more could I have done for my vineyard that I have not already done? When I expected sweet grapes, what did my vineyard give me? Bitter grapes? Now let me tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will tear down its hedge and let it be destroyed. I will break down its wall and let the animal trample it. I will make it a wild place where the vines are not pruned and the ground is not hoed. A place overgrown with briar and thorn. I will command the cloud to drop no rain on it. The nation of Israel is the vineyard of the Lord of heaven's armies. The people of Judah are his pleasant garden. He expected a crop of justice, but instead he found oppression. He expected to find righteousness, but instead he heard a cry of violence. Judah's guilt and judgment. What sorrow for you who buy up house after house and field after field, until everyone is infected and you live alone in the land. But I have heard the Lord of heaven's army swear for a solemn oath. Many houses will stand desert, even beautiful mansions will be empty. 10 arcs of vineyard will not produce even 6 gallons of wine. 10 baskets of seed will yield only 1 basket of grain. What sorrow for those who get up early in the morning looking for a drink of alcohol and spend long evening drink wine to make themselves flaming drunk. They furnished wine and lovely music at their grand parties. Lyre and harp, tambourine and flute, but they never think about the Lord or notice what he is doing. So my people will go into exile far away because they do not know me. Those who are great and honored will starve, and the common people will die of thirst. The grave is licking its lips in anticipation, opening its mouth wide. The great and the lonely and all the drunken mob will be swallowed up. Humanity will be destroyed and the people brought down. Even the arrogant will lower their eyes in humiliation. But the Lord of heaven's army will be exalted by his justice. The holiness of God will be displayed by his righteousness. In that day, lambs will find good pasture, and fattened sheep and young goat will feed among the ruins. What sorrow for those who dragged their sin behind them with ropes made of lies, who dragged wickedness behind them like a cart. They even mocked God and say, hurry up and do something. We want to see what you can do. Let the Holy One of Israel carry out his plan, for we want to know what is it. What sorrow for those who say the evil is good and the good is evil, the dark is night and light is dark. The bitter is sweet, and the sweeter is bitter. Sweet is bitter. What sorrow for those who are wise in their own eyes and think themselves so clever. What sorrow for those who are heroes, are drinking wine and boast about all the alcohol they can hold. They take bribes to let the wicked go free, and they punish the innocent. Therefore, just a fire nicked up stubble and dry grass shriveled in the flame, so the root will rot and the flowers wither. For they have rejected the law of the Lord of heaven's army, they have despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. That is why the Lord's anger burned against his people, and why he has raised his fist to crush them. The mountains tremble, and the corpse of his people littered and the street like garbage. But even then, the Lord's anger is not satisfied. His fist is still poised to strike. He will send a signal to distant nations far away, and whistle to those at the end of the earth. They will come racing toward Jerusalem. They will not get tired or stumble. They will not stop for rest or sleep. Not a bell will be loose, not a sandal strap broken. The arrow will be sharp and the bow ready for battle. Spark will fly from the horse hoovy, and the wheels of the chariot will spin like a whirlwind. They will roar like a lion, like the strongest of lions, growling. They will punch on their victim and carry them off, and no one will be there to rescue them. They will roll over the victim on that day of destruction, like the roaring of the sea. If someone look across the land, only darkness and distress will be seen. Even the light will be darkened by clouds. Chapter 6. Isaiah's cleansing and call. It was in the years King Uzziah died that I saw the Lord. He was sitting on a lofty throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Attending him were mighty seraphim, each have 6 wings. With 2 wings they covered their face, with 2 they covered their feet, and with 2 they flew. They would call out to each other, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of heaven's army. The whole earth is filled with his glory. The voice shook the temple to its foundation, and the entire building was filled with smoke. Then I said, It's all over. I'm doomed, for I am a sinful man. I have false lips, and I will among a people with false lips. Yet I have seen the King, the Lord of heaven's army. Then one of the seraphim flew to me with a burning coal he had taken from the altar with a pair of tongues. He touched my lips with it and said, See, this coal has touched your lips. Now your guilt is removed and your sins are forgiven. Then I heard the Lord ask, Whom should I send as a messenger to this people who will go for us? I said, Here I am, send me. And he said, Just go and say to these people, Listen carefully, but do not understand. Watch closely, but learn nothing. Harden the heart of these people, plug their ears and shut their eyes. That way they will not see with their eyes, nor hear with their ear, not understand with their heart, and turn to me for healing. Then I said, Lord, how long will this go on? And he replied, Until their tongue are empty, their houses are deserted, and the whole country is a wasteland. Until the Lord has sent everyone away, and the entire land of Israel lies deserted. If even a tenth remain to survive, it will be invaded again and burned. But as the terebinth or oak tree leaves a stump where it is cut down, so Israel's stump will be a holy seed. And then we will go into the chapter 7. So those 3 chapters continuing is talking about Isaiah's warring Israel people. And if you don't obey God, don't follow God's commandment, there's a lot of invasion. And God will leave you away, and you'll be doomed. So that is the same thing happened for today. We should always remember God's commandment and follow it. or our life will be doomed. Alright, so that's today's Bible learning. Hope everybody like it. God bless one. Let's see you tomorrow.